Maybe. It would be better to avoid building the barricades. At least until it's clear that violence is inevitable. That's good. That's a good compromise, madame. A new day. 2 more places to visit. Let's choose the garden for now. Now I'm feeling like Falcon is the sidekick now, and Beaumort is the main character in this game now. It'd be kind of fun if we were to control Beaumort. Anyway, let me think. So it takes 10 minutes to walk from the Place de la Concorde to this very spot. And the Palais Royal lies 5 minutes north of here. But the crowd will be fairly large and slow. It may take twice, maybe 3 times as long to make the move. Having a logistics problem, madame? Perhaps. The plan is to walk the crowd from here, though. Through Tuileries to the Palais Royal. But if we take too long to pass through Tuileries, the police will trap us in. We could be flanked and slaughtered. That is quite an issue, like he cares. Now we have to suggest a solution. I didn't pay very much attention, actually. Go around, why not run? That's not a solution. I wonder if we should choose the wrong option deliberately here. I'm not sure what is wisdom. I guess we could say, why not just meet at the palace? Or why not just get the protesters to meet at the Palais Royal itself? Because the Place de la Concorde is an ideal meeting location. It's enormous and easy to get to. I see. But even if you got, say, half the protesters to meet at the Palais Royal, you would cut down on traveling time. I get it. A smaller crowd would be easier to direct across the garden. I'll pass the idea along to Pierrot and see what he has to say. He's the one in charge of leading the crowds, after all. Really, you're putting him in charge of something? The burnt-brained parrot would probably just shoot the idea down, right? Probably, but I appreciate your input. I like it that she is at least reasonable. She's not like the... There's no real bad guy in this game. Maybe for the wolves. So yeah, it makes it difficult to choose, and when a game does that, it's brilliant. Yeah. I don't know if you genuinely want to help, or if you're just telling me what I want to hear out of fear. But thank you, Falcon. Well, she seems to be honest. Like the Stockholm syndrome is happening maybe right now, where the captive begins to appreciate his captor. It's no problem, madame. For the Knights of the Old Republic, right? Right, for the Second Republic. One Republic. That's it. That's that boy band. Okay, enough. I'm just, it's the Second Republic. A new day. In paradise. I guess Les Halles. It is. Les Halles, huh? Let me guess. You have a weapon supplier somewhere around here? Or maybe this is where you plan on meeting an informant, a government defector. It is as good as meeting spot as any. Actually, I'm here for groceries. Oh. There's no need for that look. You think that just because I'm a gun-toting rebel, I don't need to buy food? Ah, the kangaroos again. Gambad, Mam Beaumort. Oh, she's famous? Well, if it isn't Sultan and little Gambade. You're growing bigger every time I see you. Ma'am, you have to hear this. Something big went down here yesterday. A policeman. A nasty, ugly policeman. Let me guess, he was bullying people into revealing secrets on the whereabouts of the revolutionaries. Well, that's how it started, ma'am. Same old bullying tactics. He was pushing around this old beggar rat who hangs around the market sometimes. But then when the rat wasn't speaking up, the policeman drew his gun and shot him. The policeman shot the beggar just like that? Yup. But then the coward cop went and ran before we could turn on him. I find this difficult to believe. A policeman wouldn't openly shoot a beggar without just cause. Open your eyes, Falcon. This is the regime us Parisians live under. We are ignored by the government, oppressed by the police, and hanged by the courts. Why do you think I'm fighting so hard to make a change? We can't put up with this sort of bullying. No, this can't be right. Something has to be missing from Sotan's story. Must be that crooked cop Valerti. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions, madame? Is this like a cross-examination? Sure, ask away. Make it quick, Falcon. No cross-examination, but some free questions. That is not really important. I guess we know the answer to that. This is the most interesting question. What did the policeman look like? Well, I didn't get a good look, but he was tall and ugly and mean looking and he had one eye. I knew it. Must be Volerti. One eye? Yup. Had one of them pirate patches. There's no way. Ring any bells, Falcon? I know a man who fits the description, but it simply couldn't be him. Really? You really think that, Falcon? He's a bitter individual, but he's morally righteous. I can't imagine him shooting an innocent person so recklessly. Don't let your bias towards the justice system affect your judgment, Falcon. If you think you know who did this, then please name and shame him. It just crossed my mind that it could be turning like me against Falcon against Sparrowson in the end. I hope we don't have to make a choice that endangers Sparrowson's life. Yeah, things are going to be interesting for sure. I think I should bite my tongue until I'm a little more certain. Did you want to know anything else, monsieur? I guess we can ask, did nobody investigate the shooting? If policemen did shoot an innocent person, then there would surely be an investigation. Ha! Your naivety knows no bounds, Falcon. You think the police care if one of their own is out of control? Actually, there was one bloke asking around, but I don't think he was a policeman. Oh? Is that maybe the... must be Vulpus, right? The Spaniard. Go on, madam. Well, he was this... Aha! Predictable. Yeah. Well, he was this charming fox. Renard. A friend of yours, Falcon? Something like that. We should probably pay him a visit to see what he's up to. Pay him a visit? I suppose we can set aside a little time. Did you want something else? Well, who was the rat? Just who was this beggar rat? I didn't really know him well, monsieur. None of us did. He was kinda a loner who hanged around asking for scraps of food and cents. I don't even know his name. That's so sad. Did he have no family, no means of support? Falcon, do you have any idea how many beggars there are in the streets of Paris? Clochards. How many people go hungry? How many people are forced to turn to crime? I'm well aware, madame. I'm asking these questions to see if there was perhaps some reason why that particular rat was killed. But no, it appears that this was just the loss of one unnamed beggar rat among many. It's tragic. That it is, monsieur. Is there any other way that I can help? That's all, madame. Thanks for all your help. No problem. Anything to help Mam Beaumort. Ma'am Beaumort. We'll try to get to the bottom of this, Sotan. Just make sure to stay safe when the revolution starts. Stay inside. Keep Gambades safe. Of course, ma'am. You stay safe yourself, you hear? She certainly is like a woman of the people. Like a Robin Hood. Well, she's not exactly giving stuff, I think, but you know, you get the idea. So one day further, it's Sunday. Let's go to R&M Associates, where we can find Mousy and Renard, you would suspect. I wonder how they stand against the revolution. Visitors, Monsieur Vulpus. Visitors. Really, Falcon? What do you hope to accomplish in this sleazy back alley establishment? Sleazy? Madame, my back alley office is perhaps a little cluttered and eclectic, but I resent the accusation of sleaze. Maybe I should do the introductions. Monsieur Vulpus, this is Madame Beaumort, a friend of mine. Madame, this is Renard Vulpus, private investigator at your service. It is a pleasure to meet you, Madame. Ah, how stoic. I'm sure you have some pressing questions to ask, Falcon, but before we get started, there's something I must tell you. Monsieur Sparrowson dropped by earlier. He informed me of your situation. Ooh, awkward. Sparrowson? Is he alright? Oh yes, he's now working with Inspector Volerti, attempting to unravel the rebel plot. Getting more awkward, ever more. Just as I thought. It appears that your lackey has solidified his position as a traitor to the Second Republic, Falcon. Perhaps, perhaps not. Sparrowson doesn't strike me as a person who sides with any ideology. But you know, he asked me the most peculiar question. Would you like to know what it was? Of course. This is interesting, you know, Sparrowson. The truth is on the table. I mean, Beaumort knows it. Falcon is getting put against Sparrowson right now. It's happening. Such information is quite valuable. It would cost, say, 30 francs. Really, at this moment, you're still asking for a crazy amount of money? I thought it would be more of a friend type, but he's not very reasonable. Well, if I say that, I should say forget it. But yeah, I'm being held captive. My money won't do any good anymore. I got 92 francs, so let's just pay up. Dirty sleazebag. You are a sleazebag. Yeah, I know how this works. Here's your money, monsieur. Very good. So on to the question. Sparrowson asked me if you were the Viridian killer. Ooh. The one responsible for the random bombings during the July Revolution 18 years ago. Why on earth would he ask that? Perhaps the inspector had been telling him stories. So what did you tell him? The truth, of course. That is, that I have no idea who the Viridian killer is, but that I knew that it couldn't possibly be Falcon. Oh, and how do you know that I'm not the Viridian killer? Falcon, please. You're a semi-drunk bumbling oaf, not a ruthless killer. Now, is he the killer or what? Anyway, I've started my own investigation into the Viridian killer. It's fascinating stuff. Apparently he was seen in multiple places at once, which leads some to believe that he was actually more than one person. Ha! And do you know why they call him, or should I say them, the Viridian killer? Viridian is a greenish color, isn't it? No, I don't have a clue. Crimson killer would be a much cooler name. It appears that no one knows the origins of the name, which leads me to suspect that he, or indeed they, chose their own name. This is all fascinating, truly fascinating, but perhaps we can return to conversation to why we're here. Of course, Monsieur Vulpus, we heard that you were investigating the murder at Les Halles. I was. That victim was a friend of Mousie's. More of an acquaintance, really. Well, we want to know if you managed to uncover anything. Did you find any leads and juicy clues? Not as such. It's quite a peculiar case. Did you hear that the murderer wore an eye patch? I did. You know what that implies, don't you, Falcon? You only know of one police officer, or indeed one person who wears an eye patch. Okay, now we have to select him. It's him. The inspector. But that can't be right. You wouldn't describe him as a murderous man, would you, Monsieur Vulpes? Murderous? I don't know. He's certainly passionate about finding the Viridian killer. Who's to say that he wouldn't kill in the pursuit of his arch enemy? Falcon, I want to solve this mystery as much as you do, but time is pressing and we have other matters to attend to. We must take our leave. Understood. Until next time, Monsieur Vulpes. Goodbye and good luck, Monsieur Falcon. It was a pleasure meeting you, madame. Monsieur Vulpus? That lioness looked pretty angry. Is this revolution going to end in blood, Monsieur Vulpus? Just like in 1830? He doesn't know. He can't tell yet. So now it's February 14th. I guess we need to go to the Pont des Arts. Is that the place where the fisherman is? I think. This is it, Falcon. This is the day we make our stand. That sounds kinda epic. Everything is coming together. As we speak, Fontaine is gathering the protesters at the Place de la Concorde. Pierrot is making preparations to build and arm a barricade near the Palais Royal, just as a precaution, you understand. The only question that remains is, are you ready? That's a good question. I guess I am, because what am I doing differently? Of course, let's just get it over and done with. Absolutely. Bring on the revolution, I say. That's the spirit. Come on, let's see how the protest is going. And I wonder if Falcon actually believes that. No, he's still just whatever. I just want to get out of this situation. I don't feel that he is behind the king. Yeah, then again, he is a man of justice, so I guess deep down he wants to have this Beaumort in chains. I myself don't know it yet. I still need to be convinced about either party right now. But she's gaining favor. I don't like the wolves though, of course. Anyway, Falcon and Beaumort arrive at the Place de la Concorde. The air is thick with the chants, shouts and cheers of hundreds of protesters. A line of mounted soldiers stand shoulder to shoulder outside the entrance to Tuileries. This is amazing. I had no idea the Second Republic had this many supporters. But of course, you didn't think that we were just a few animals huddling in a cave, did you? The desire for revolution runs deep in the city. Oh, there's the crooked brother of the judge. Everything's in place at the Palais Royal, man. Just say the word and we'll set up the biggest barricade you've ever seen. Then we can all storm the building and drag that cocky king out of his chair. There's been a change of plan. We're still going to protest, but we're going to do it peacefully. She listened to me, to Falcon. No firing from behind barricades, no violence, no capturing the king or prime minister. Madame, are you feeling all right? I didn't know she was turned. Quite all right, thank you. But what of your desire for a better France? You cannot achieve that without bloodshed. We can certainly try. Falcon convinced me. Falcon? Pacifism seems like the Christian approach, wouldn't you say, Friar? I'm sensing some, rivalry coming up. I see, so that's how it is. I'm looking for the right word here. He is going to betray her. I'll just come up with it in a minute. Anyway, for now, excuse me, madame. Oh yeah, it's happening. Mutiny. That's the word I'm looking for. That's what he's going for with his brother, it must be. I think the friar disapproves of the new strategy. He probably thinks I've gone soft, and maybe I have. But I'm not deviating from this path, even if each and every rebel leaves my side. Don't worry, ma'am, you aren't alone. We're not here for the violence, madame. As long as you strive for a better France, we'll always stand with you. Oh, there we have the conspirators, Silvius. Ugh, the stupid bullet wound. The damn thing has opened up again. What's the news, brother? Is everything in place? We have a problem. The mademoiselle refuses to use violence. She's turned timid. Turned timid? How? It appears that the lawyer Falcon is something of a lion tamer. Literally, haha. Jayjay Falcon? That bird is proving to be more trouble than the rooster. I swear.